Our next movie is named A Night in Heaven, and the heaven in the title refers to one of those nightclubs where the strippers are all men and the customers are all women. The movie stars Leslie Ann Warren as a college speech teacher who flunks one of her good-looking young students, and then a few nights later, her sister takes her to the strip club disco combination, and she realizes with a shock that one of the performers in jockstraps is this same guy that she had in class. Here's a scene that involves a little embarrassment when she introduces the young man to her husband.
Oh, hello, I'm Patty, Faye's sister.
Oh, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. This is my husband, Whitney Hanlon. This is Ricky Rocket.
Oh, Monroe.
Monroe. Of course it's Monroe.
Hi.
How do you...
Looking all over for you.
Oh, hi. This is Tammy, this is Mr. and Mrs. Hanlon, and...
Patty.
That's...
Hi.
Oh, my right's here. Yeah, I've got to go. It's good meeting you, sir.
Pleasure meeting you.
Go? Where are you going?
Oh, a friend of mine just got fired, so I'm trying to get him a job dancing with me on the strip circuit.
Dancing on the strip circuit.
Yeah, I'm dancing my way through school. It pays the bills.
And you're very good at it, too.
Thank you.
I'll bet.
You should see him in heaven.
It was nice seeing you, Mrs. Hanlon.
Nice to see you, too.
What he picks up on there is that you don't shake hands with two hands with a stranger, so he notices that. But there are so many things in this movie to notice that you would absolutely have to be blindfolded to make it through the first 15 minutes without catching on. That's if you're in the movie. If you're in the audience, you catch on even sooner than that. That was Christopher Atkins as the young man, and you might remember him from The Blue Lagoon, where he exhibited some of the same talents that he exhibits in this film. In A Night in Heaven, he does a pretty good job of playing the student, and the chemistry between him and Leslie Ann Warren really does work. But what is this movie about? There are all sorts of subplots dangling everywhere. For example, Warren's husband quits his job in the space program because he won't build missiles, but then he begins to feel insecure and sexually inadequate. And the Atkins character sometimes acts sincere, and sometimes he just acts like a stud on automatic. The movie keeps acting like it's about to make a serious statement, but only the sex scenes really work. And the ending is a really confusing anti-climax. It doesn't settle anything. It leaves you thinking that maybe half of this movie was cut out at some point, and that all sorts of loose ends shouldn't have been left dangling.
That's exactly my reaction. I understand that the film switched from one studio to another, and it only runs about 80 minutes, and so something had to be cut. It was written by Joan Tewksbury, a fine writer who wrote Nashville, and she also wrote Old Boyfriends, another movie. And I have a feeling it would be very interesting to see what her original script was. It certainly had to be more interesting than this film. You're quite right. The relationship between the kid and the woman, it's very interesting and moving, and you feel for this repressed woman who wants to let herself go. And you sort of feel for the husband who's lost the job. But that side is really never developed. I don't know what this movie is about, actually.
Serious things that are never brought around. One thing about the ad...
all you get is the sex scenes. That's what I want to say.
One thing we ought to say about the ad is the ad makes it look like this is a male version of Flashdance. And you have Christopher Atkins looking out of a newspaper page at you, and right next to him, seen from behind, is a female figure that looks exactly like Jennifer Beals in Flashdance. There is no female dancer in this movie, so it's really a kind of a low blow on the part of the advertising.
Yeah, I think this movie was recut to feature the sex scenes.
You're right.
Okay.
2 more thumbs down on A Night in Heaven. A movie with a lot of interesting beginnings, but no follow-through.